Hi there, Karen Barber with Prayer Ideas. And today we're going to talk about another way to find great answers to every prayer. And we previously talked about how to find answers to prayer in three different categories. First one being action, which are resolutions where events change. Second one is presence, which we're going to talk about today, which are responses from God, which help change our attitudes, and that helps us through. Third, our word answers or replies, and those are going to change our direction so that we know a direction to go that will help resolve our problems. Well, today we are so fortunate to be talking about presence answers because they're the most common kind that you can find. God sends these to us all the time. We just don't know it. Well, what they are is they are something we can sense. Now, here's the thing. God is always here, right? He's always present. We know it. Here he is right inside of us. But he sometimes needs to remind us, because we get so focused on our problem that we can't see it. So God will send us an answer, response to our prayer by showing up in a little cute way that we really understand as God. And so here's the great thing about it. The events don't have to change for you to get a presence answer to prayer. In fact, events could get worse. But here's the thing, because they're changing the world inside of us, not the world outside of us. But it changes the way we cope with the world outside of us. Well, here let me just read something to you from Isaiah that will explain to us prayer answers. And this one is from Isaiah, and it's from 58:9. It says, "Then you will call, and the Lord will answer. You will cry for help, and he will say, 'Here I am.'" Don't you love that? He says, "Here I am." And those are presence answers. That is, God just says, okay, you cried out for help, but hey, I'm with you. We're going to get through this. There's hope, and give you the strength you need. All right, and we can get an answer like this, a presence answer, in any kind of our senses. We could get a hug. We could find a coincidence that's really cool. We could hear some beautiful music. We could see beauty. We could just get this feeling of peace inside. Well, I have here on my desk some of the ways that people have shared with me that they have found God's presence. I have this butterfly here that ended its short and sweet life here in my backyard. And I have it because a lot of people who are grieving see butterflies. And these butterflies, they feel like just really cuts into their grief and gives them a sense that God is still with them and God is there. Here's another thing, pennies. A lot of people find pennies in unusual places, and that's their way that God says, hey, here I am. I've got cards from my friends. Card from a friend, card of encouragement. Those are wonderful examples too. Well, I want to tell you an example from my own life, and it involves this beautiful necklace I'm wearing. It was during a time when I had a family member who was going through a terrible disease, and it was just awful, and there were no good cures or treatments, and it was just every day was a struggle. And so I sent an email to my friend Roberta in West Virginia, and next thing I know, I get this back in the mail. And she had purchased this at a sale, but she didn't know who it was for, but she decided when she got my email it was for me. And she said, it's a circle, and it means that God's provision for you is perfect and eternal. And so it was like, oh, how wonderful. What a wonderful sign from God. And so I wear it all the time, especially in times of when I feel like I really need a great dose of God's presence in my life. Well, before I end, I just want to mention to you, if you're depressed, you won't be finding these things and feeling good about it, but treasure them in your mind and heart. And when you are feeling a little better, you will see that God was with you. And I just love the idea that God is with us. He can give us care. He can give us hope. He can encourage us through those presence answers. Well, thank you so much for joining us today. Visit our Prayer Ideas website, or hey, go ahead and subscribe to this YouTube channel. Well, that's all for now. Until next time, may God bless you all.